The drive-thru has come a long way, becoming a hallmark of fast food culture in America and worldwide. The concept evolved from a basic burger shack with a drive-up window to the glamorous, tech-savvy establishments now widespread worldwide. We recount the fascinating history of the drive-thru in this video. Hello foodies, welcome to Hungry History. Here we talk about the history of your favorite food items. In today's video, we'll discuss how fast food drive-thrus has changed over time. So let's get started. According to recent developments, the drive-thru might be one of the most significant inventions in the food service business. Drive-thrus, which have been operating for a long time, are seeing a significant increase in usage during the coronavirus outbreak. After all, most restaurants in the United States are still not permitted to provide inside eating, and folks wishing to go out of the home for a bite to eat don't have to travel much further than their car. While it appears like practically every fast food restaurant now has a drive-thru lane, there was a time when consumers had to get out of their cars every time they wanted a burger and fries. Drive-in to drive-thru. The drive-in is where the narrative of the drive-thru begins. The Pig Stand's fast food franchise, with the slogan "America's Motor Lunch," is widely regarded as America's first drive-in, a restaurant where guests park and eat their meals in their car. The first Pig Stand was constructed on the Dallas-Fort Worth Highway in 1921. The car was transformed into the dining room at these cutting-edge restaurants. Diners would give their orders to car hops, delivering warm platters of American comfort cuisine right to their car. Some enduring businesses were early adopters of the drive-in idea. A&W, noted for their hot dogs and root beer, built their first drive-in in Sacramento, California in the 1920s. They're still in business today with multiple throwback drive-in locations across the country. Fast forward to the 1940s, and America's love affair with the automobile showed no signs of abating. Following World War II, car ownership began to climb again, and the drive-thru restaurant was on the horizon. But everything else came first. Drive-thru banks, as well as drive-thru grocery and liquor stores, were prevalent by this decade. The first American drive-thru, Red's Giant Hamburg, a down-home diner along Route 66 in Springfield, Missouri, opened in 1947 and is largely regarded as America's first drive-thru restaurant. The location originated as a gas station before owner Sheldon "Red" Cheney thought that his time would be better spent as a restaurant owner. Following Red's Hamburg was In-N-Out Burger, a burger restaurant that's still part of America's fast food industry today. In 1948, Harry and Esther Schneider established the well-known drive-thru, and they went one step farther than Sheldon "Red" Cheney. Their early tagline was "No delay," and they delivered on that promise. The first In-N-Out Burger was in Baldwin Park, California, and its unique selling point was a two-way speaker box that allowed drivers to order dinner without getting out of their car. It's widely regarded as the first fast food restaurant of its sort, and it paved the path for the current drive-thru. With Harry in the cooking and Esther handling the restaurant's finances, the Schneiders were an ideal team. After a long day of slinging burgers, Harry Schneider would spend the evenings developing his groundbreaking speaker system. The duo's perseverance paid off, and a continuous stream of burger-loving motorists helped In-N-Out succeed. With a decade of growth and expertise under their belts, In-N-Out switched their early no-delay sign for their famous arrow that was omnipresent in the American Southwest in the 1950s. In this old photo, you can see the new sign, the vintage sound system, and the simple, no-frills menu, which hasn't altered much since then. It didn't take long for knockoffs of the In-N-Out Burger and Harry Schneider's revolutionary speaker system to appear across the country. In Hollywood, Los Angeles, a drive-thru burger and hot dog shop debuted. Now comes the Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box, like In-N-Out, had a two-way speaker system from the start. Jack, a gigantic laughing clown who sat atop the intercom box, was the brand mascot. The message that greeted punters as they drove up was, "Jack will speak to you." In true drive-thru fashion, the Jack in the Box menu emphasized quick-to-make, easy-to-eat meals, such as hamburgers, boneless chicken, french fries, and apple turnover for dessert. Indeed, the drive-thru transformed the quick-service restaurant industry. The sloppy pies and chili offered at drive-ins were no longer available. Because the drive-thru was all about food that could be consumed quickly, the burger reigned supreme. Along with cuisine, cars were also changing. Many people attribute the creation of cup holders to the growing popularity of drive-thrus in America. You'd be hard-pressed to find a modern motor without one soon. Drive-thrus expanded throughout the 1950s and 1960s, but the classic drive-in remained popular. While the drive-thru catered to those looking for a quick bite, the drive-in offered a more relaxing, luxurious experience. For many, the vehicle remained a novelty, and new car owners relished the opportunity to dine behind the wheel. Throughout the 1950s, the drive-in became considerably unique from the drive-thru. They were elaborate affairs in certain locales, with fancy menus attracting well-heeled diners. The next milestone on the road, we Wiener Schnitzel, a fast food hot dog drive-thru started in 1961 by John Gallardi, a former Taco Bell employee, was another tiny chain to jump on the drive-thru bandwagon. The first restaurant opened in Southern California and quickly became famous for its eye-catching A-frame drive-thrus. Wiener Schnitzel now has locations across the United States. Wendy's, a now global brand that pioneered the drive-thru idea, was created by Dave Thomas in 1969. The initial location was in Columbus, Ohio, and it featured a drive-thru service window. The company bills itself as having the first modern-day pickup window. Wendy's, like other popular drive-thru restaurants, served hamburgers in super thick shakes from the start. Soon after, a second Wendy's opened in Columbus, and the brand expanded throughout the United States and beyond in the decades that followed. The drive-thru is still an important feature of the Wendy's business model today. When the fast food giants stepped in, while smaller restaurants capitalized on the drive-thru craze, fast food behemoths dragged their feet. Burger King did not adopt the drive-thru window until 1975. Instead, the brand, which began as Burger King, emphasized a self-service approach that relied on a piece of equipment known as the Insta-Broiler, which cooked burgers in record time. An early store is shown here. McDonald's, it was also shockingly slow to adopt the technology. Rather, in the late 1940s and the early 1950s, McDonald's pioneered the speedy service system in which a streamlined menu was prepared rapidly and customers could walk up and order at a self-service window. However, there was no drive-thru service. The first McDonald's drive-thru opened in 1975, the same year Burger King debuted, and nearly 3 decades after Red's Giant Hamburg debuted their early version of the concept. Sierra Vista, in southern Arizona, was chosen as the location, and a sign boldly proclaims the restaurant as the world's first McDonald's drive-thru. Globalization. By the 1980s, the drive-thru mania had spread around the world. In 1985, the Nut Grove Shopping Centre in Rathfarnham, Dublin, Ireland, inaugurated the first drive-thru restaurant in Europe. It was a McDonald's restaurant called McDrive, with the hopes of attracting a European audience. The United Kingdom quickly followed suit. The notion quickly caught British attention, and it wasn't long before other drive-thrus with golden arches began to appear across the country. Back over the border in Canada, the drive-thru concept was also gaining traction. Wendy's originally opened in Canada in the 1970s, whereas Tim Hortons, the country's most recognizable fast food chain, opened its first drive-thru in the 1980s. According to mythology, the drive-thru was created accidentally when the famed business took over an old fried chicken restaurant with a service window. Of course, the country that started it all, the United States, has continued to embrace the drive-thru model. Drive-thru pharmacies, banks, liquor stores, and grocery stores had spread throughout the country. The Dairy Market Express drive-thru in Lake Zurich, Illinois, took the concept a step further by allowing customers to drive right through the store's heart. It wasn't just burgers and fries anymore. Coffee heavyweights got in the act as well. The first Starbucks drive-thru debuted in Southern California in 1994, and hundreds of others soon followed. During the COVID-19 pandemic, drive-thru eateries shone brightly. During the months that sit-in areas were closed, long lines formed around the world for reopened drive-thrus, and some traditionally dine-in only restaurants set up makeshift service windows. With the rise of ordering through mobile devices and computerized touchscreens, as well as streamlined production and menus, many expect big things for the humble drive-thru. So, this was it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed our video. If yes, then like and share the video, and subscribe to Hungry History for many more amazing videos. Stay tuned, as we'll be back soon with another informative and amazing video. Till then, keep evolving.